Thank you so much for taking time to watch this video. As you browse the library of videos on this page, you'll probably notice that the majority of the videos address issues that are hot topics in broader culture. But we thought it best to also address a topic that is often a debated issue within the church as a whole. If you have visited Ransom Church at any point, you may have noticed something that you don't necessarily see at every church and in every denomination: female pastors and elders. If you grew up in a church tradition that did not allow for this, you may be tempted to quit watching right now. Please don't. Regardless of your stance on the topic of women in ministry, it's important to us that you understand how we came to the conclusions we did. The easy conclusion to come to is that we're simply ignoring Scripture, dumbing it down to make it say what we want it to say. But if that were the truth, none of these videos would exist. This library of videos exists specifically for the purpose of standing on Scripture. Our desire with each topic was to record a loving response to the questions that have come up about what we believe and why we believe it, and to balance truth and grace with each response. This topic is no different. So here's what we know. There are well-meaning people who love God on both sides of this topic. It is the desire of both groups to honor God with all that we are and to stand firm on the truth of His Word. We've simply come to different conclusions on what that word says. As our denomination scholars and leaders have studied the entirety of Scripture on this issue, we've come to the conclusion that the evidence used for limiting ministry only to men is based on faulty assumptions. It is based on Scripture that for this purpose has been taken out of context. We believe Scripture not only points to the validity of women in ministry, but that it would make the case that when we limit leadership to men, the church as a whole suffers and is less complete than it might otherwise be. Now, certainly, this is a far larger topic that can be fully unpacked in a short video, and I sincerely hope you'll take the time to access the resources below, which go into much more depth on this issue. But we wanted there to be no mistake where we stand. From the beginning of our denomination's history, we have been in support of women in ministry. Ransom Church not only supports this in word, we back it up in our own leadership, both pastors and elders, and with those we accept into our residency programs. To do any less, we feel, would fall short of God's plan and ideal for the church. Now, I realize some of you watching adamantly disagree with us. If you want to learn more about Ransom's stances on women in ministry, click the links below to see our denomination's stance on this issue and to read a paper by one of our leading Wesleyan professors, Dr. Ken Schenck. If you want to wrestle more with this topic, please contact us. We would love to have a pastor sit down with you and discuss our scriptural conclusions on this important topic.